Hey there, Michael Griffiths here, founder of Referral Marketing Guru. Hope you're doing fantastic, having a great week so far. Thought I'd jump on. Really, I was writing this article and I thought it's quite interesting when I actually got posed the question of why do we, like as humans, why do we want other people's thoughts, other people's opinions? Like most of the time when you think about it, it's like we've got this thing that we want to be able to do, but we just want to make sure that someone else agrees with us, that someone else thinks it's a good idea, or that someone else can validate it. And it's interesting to why that takes place. But in the end, we're hardwired for that. It's a way that we're brought up in tribes, we're brought up in families. It's how we are throughout our school system, where we get to answer a question and someone either tells us it's good or someone tells us that it's not good. And maybe you go back to actually think of like when I was 10 years old and it was the first time of coaching a basketball team. So here I was, 10, and I was coaching the under 10 D team for, Saints basketball down in Melbourne, the suburbs of Melbourne in Knox. They played in the Knox competition. And I even remember the orange and black uniforms. So here's this under 10D basketball team, and I'm only 10 years old. And I didn't think much of it. I could play the game. I knew how to sort of show them how to do simple little basic things. And you now sort of bring these two things together to why, as adults, are we always seeking other people's validation or approval for us to do things? Well, growing up throughout school and throughout playing sports and being part of teams, in essence, that's what we grew up with. We grew up with coaches, mentors, teachers, and going back and thinking about that under 10 team, I had a bunch of 8 or 9-year-olds who hung on every single one of my words, even though I was literally a year older. But as you sort of continue through, and I've sort of have coached at all levels of basketball, from sort of that local junior level, where I've actually just come back to in the last couple of years, coaching Soph's team. Gee, that's interesting. All the way through to National League level and state level, collegiate level in the US, Olympic game level. So when you think about, we're inbred in society around being part of tribes, being part of seeking validation, being part of bouncing ideas off other people. And that's why, in essence, being part of a group, being part of a mastermind, being part of something like that is so powerful, because we're actually already hardwired for that way of thinking. So when we can get ourselves sort of out of our own way, and in essence, that's what we're in the majority of the time, is just we've got this concept, or we've got this idea, or we've got this dream, or we've got this thing that we want to do, but then what happens if it doesn't work? What happens if I just don't know what to do next? What happens if, and we get it ourselves in our own way. And sometimes we just need someone else who's around us just to give us a little kick up the backside to go, yeah, you've got this, let's go. Just get it done. And off you go, and away you go again. Who do you have in your business that helps you do that? Because you need someone. It could be a friend, it could be a family member, it could be someone you look up to. It doesn't matter who. But when you get in your own head, who gets you out of your own head? What you go to for it. I'd love to hear your insights and comments. Maybe you listen to something. Maybe there's a particular person's podcast or YouTube channel that you go to, and as soon as you start listening to that person, you're away again. See, you don't have to be part of paid mastermind groups. There's so many resources out there. But when you're in your own head, how do you get out of it? Who gives you that little kick up the backside to keep you moving? Because over our whole life, we've been part of, whether it be the school system or whether you played sports, we've had people who have coached us and trained us and mentored us. And we've sort of grown up going, I just need someone else to validate what I'm doing, or someone else to double check, or just give me that little bit of confidence to be able to go, yeah, okay, I'm on the right path here. And then therefore we get into adults and we still seek that because it doesn't change. It's how we've been brought up for decades and decades. So who does that for you right now? If you don't have someone, think about getting people around you, a family member, a friend. I'm sure you've got lots of people on your social platforms you can build great relationship with and just simply be that little accountability person. I just, not too long ago, I'm just finding it just here, had finished reading the book by Napoleon Hill, Outwitting the Devil, probably one of my favorites. I go back to it at least once a year to be able to get back and to be able to read that. And to think that when that manuscript was written back in the 1930s, and here was Napoleon Hill witnessing the great people of that era of the 1930s, and how all of them would team up with each other. They'd have dinners with each other. They'd get-togethers with each other. And in essence, it's what we call now just mastermind groups were taking place back there. And all the bright minds of that particular 1930s period were doing exactly that. And he got to sit in and he got to witness that and he got to be a part of that. And to think that, that's how it was some nearly 100 years ago, like 90 odd years ago. Like it really sort of blows your mind things in business don't change a great deal. Like, sure, there's a different widget or there's a different algorithm or there's a different platform or there's a next shiny thing. But in business, humans deal with humans. So how good are you at human relationships? Conversations always gets doors opened. So how great are you at creating conversations? Being around amazing people will make you become more amazing whether you want to or not. See, those things have never changed. But what sort of things are you really doing to help yourself versus trying to do it all yourself? So that little under 10 basketball team, the under 10 D's, Saints basketball team, went on to win the competition that first year. I thought, hey, this coaching business, how easy is that? And I've never left the game. So whether it's through basketball or whether it's through business or whether it's through what we get to do with our partnership club guys, you've got the ability to help create this ripple effect throughout society. We call it, in the end, being this conduit of wisdom to be able to create transformations in others. Use that. Whether you see yourself as a coach, whether you see yourself as a mentor, whether you see yourself as anything like that, in essence, you are, because you're an inspiration to someone. It could be your children, it could be your siblings, it could be family members. So when you start seeing yourself as that, you're probably going to start to do things a little bit differently. And being around an environment that allows you to be different, that's the key. Hey, that was good. Hopefully that was helpful. Love to hear your insights. Drop me a comment below. Reach out, say hi. But what you need to be able to do here is just find a handful of people who right now are probably better than you, okay, in some way. And they're going to challenge you and they're going to inspire you. Because in that way, then you're going to do exactly the same for other people that are around you too. And as I said, everyone has this ability to be this inspiration for others. Like, to me, what a great thing that you've got the ability to be as an inspiration to others. Okay, guys, have an amazing day. Talk to you real soon. Take care.